Hi everyone, Ryan from Masuva here. Today I'm going to go through the InstaGallery add-on that we've developed for Concrete 5.7 and version 8. I wanted to do a video for this because there's a little bit more to it than just adding a gallery of Instagram images to your site. It's got a few more features and it's worth pointing them out. So let's jump into it. Now the first thing I wanted to talk about was that with Instagram and the way that it allows you to fetch images is it generally only allows you to fetch 20 at a time. And this is okay. And if you're just wanting to show your a gallery of images and that's changing over, that's fine. But I found that with some of our websites, we really wanted to build up a gallery that was bigger than that. We wanted to sort of show more of an archive of all of the images and collect them along the way. So we developed this add-on to be able to do that, and it's not just limited to 20 images. Okay, so I've installed the add-on. And what you'll find is that it creates a new section called Instagram feeds in the back end, in the dashboard. And what I'm going to do today is use my lovely wife's account here. She's a nutritionist, so she has lots of images of healthy food and the food that I eat, which is great. So what you do in the back end is you need to subscribe to that Instagram account, and we call that a feed. So I'm going to create a new feed here, and I'm going to use her Instagram account handle, and I'm going to paste that in there. There's a few options here, and one of them is that I can immediately display the images in the feed. I'm going to click that for now. There's also some options to do with the file manager. I'm just going to ignore those for the moment. I'm going to come back to those in a few seconds. And then finally, there's a fetch method. And there's two different ways to actually connect to Instagram. One is through the official API, and there's a few steps to do. It's not hard, but it's a little bit clunky, and that's worth doing once you're happy with everything and you've set it up. I would recommend that you use it. It's the way that Instagram wants users to continue to interact with their platform. However, if you have trouble with that or you're just wanting to quickly test it out, you can use this simple method. This has been very reliable, but there's really no guarantee that Instagram might turn off that way of accessing things in the future. But we'll do that for now. We'll add the feed, and we'll find that it has added the feed, but there's no images yet. So what we need to do is we need to fetch them. Now we can manually fetch them, or we can schedule the automated job here. There's a fetch Instagram images. We can schedule that job through Cron or through concrete5's method. I'm just going to run that now. And you'll see it's got 20 images processed. I go back to the Instagram feeds, and you'll start to see here they are here in the images list. And you'll see that there's the 20 images there. So this one here is listing all of the images across all of your feeds. You can have more than one feed. You might have 2 or 3 accounts linked to your business for different purposes, or for your school. There might be a sports account and more of a promotional account, and they can be filtered and all displayed here. Okay, so we've pulled them in, and we've got the last 20 images, and that's pulled them in successfully. And so now I can go to the front end. I can add an Instagram gallery block. I'll drop that in there. And we can say I want the images from the Easy Sunday Diet account, the feed. Let's say I'll have 12 of those. I'll add a little bit of padding, and we'll leave the other options on there like that. And straight away there is our Instagram gallery. And it allows you to lightbox through them, and it's also responsive. So we've got this will change down, and I've set some sensible defaults for different screen sizes. So if I can get a bit narrower than that, it goes down to 1 image. That's set to some fairly sensible defaults, and you might say, oh look, let me change this now on the desktop. I might say not 4 across, maybe I'll do 3 across. And you can adjust it, and you've got a lot of control over that there. But if you do want to adjust the way that the breakpoints change, I've set up the block template to be very easy to customize. There's really just a couple of lines of code to adjust the different breakpoints, add in further ones. It shouldn't be a problem. Okay, so that's the block and what it's doing. Now, I did mention the display, automatic display option. Now, just say, for example, we don't really want to include this picture of our lovely cat Jazzy. We might take that out for whatever reasons. She's a bit sensitive about her weight. So we'll go into Instagram feeds here, and we can actually uncheck that. And we can update that And so what we can do is we can curate this list of images, and we can pull them out and just pick and choose. So over time, it might refresh, and then we go, oh no, we only just want to selectively pick certain images. We can also go to the feeds, and if we change this to not automatically displayed, what will happen is that these will be pulled in automatically here, but we have to go and actually select them for display. And that might be more how you want to run a website, especially if you've got one person taking the photos on their Instagram account, and you've got someone else that's managing the website. And you might want to be careful about what images automatically get displayed on a website. Someone gets a bit snap happy, takes a bunch of photos from a work drinks or something like that. That might be fine for Instagram, but might not be the impression that you want to give on your website. So you can put that in place and stop that from automatically displaying. Okay, so that's that option. The next one is that you would have seen when I talked about this, there is the ability to automatically import them to the file manager. Now, as at the moment, when we have them listed here and when we have them displayed on the home page, these are linking directly to Instagram's files. This is linking to the images directly. But we might want to do something like use a different gallery block, or we might want to use them as ad hoc content. At the end of the day, if it's your Instagram account, you own those photos, so you can do what you like with it. So what we can do is we can either turn on the automatic import to the file manager, and we're going to say put them into a file set, or I can leave that off and set that file set there, and I can selectively pick which ones that I want to import. So let me say I want this one here, big zucchini here, and chickpea salad here, and this one here, my lunch the other day, and I'll update that. Now what that's doing is that's going to pull them in once to the file manager, and you can see that they're imported there. And let me have a look in here. Sure enough, they've been pulled in, and it uses some intelligent ways to try and save the name and the title of the image, so it's not too long, but it still pulls it from the Instagram description. So why would you want to do that? Well, on the front end again, just say we didn't want to use this block. We wanted to have a slideshow block instead. Well, you can use any add-on from the marketplace or one that you develop yourself. And now that those images in a file set, we can do what we like with it. So I've got the Photorama gallery here, and I'm going to add this in here. And I'm going to pick the file set here. I'm going to pick the Easy Sunday, and I think I'll leave the rest of the styles the same. And we'll see what happens. Right, we've got a different way to present the Instagram images, and we can use any add-on. We can place it into content, because that's not connected really to Instagram anymore. That's just a file directly natively in the file manager. So I think this gives a lot of flexibility to how you manage your Instagram images. This template is actually quite easy to customize, but I've made it. I've tried not to add any style to it itself, so it can fit into any website design. And finally, you would want to automate this. So as I mentioned, the automated job, you queue that up, and the site will simply tick over. And if you so wish, you can have it automatically displaying images, and it's set and forget. And so that's it. If there are any questions, please contact us. You'll find this on the concrete5 marketplace. Cheers.